As with some stories on the economy, an economist and professor of finance at the University of Ghana, Prof.Bokpin, is calling for a raft of governance reforms with the aim of achieving a sustainable public financing regime. His comments come on the back of the U-turn by the government to include individuals in the individual bondholders in the debt restructuring program. He's urging government to rethink the decision and also asking that government must actually take some measures to cut down the cost of running this administration and address systemic problems that continue to run the country into a ditch.
If our president cannot govern with less than 40 ministers and the other reforms, he should resign and give Ghana a chance. Because it's too expensive governing this country. With a number of ministers and associated costs, state-owned enterprises, new agencies being created, some of them are actually not doing anything. But their lifestyles are loaded on the public purse. We must suspend ex gratia for until 2040. Look, this is a good crisis. That is how I see it. We must initiate certain governance reforms, productivity enhanced reforms that allows us to guarantee sustainable public finance. Until that is restored, no ex gratia across different regimes, across different political parties. And we must have that conversation and broaden that and a certain level of wage freeze that allows this country to have fresh start.
And we've been speaking to some of you about the suggested reforms, especially the suggestion to suspend ex gratia. And here's what you've been telling us.
My point of view for the ex gratia being given to the MPs, if it can be minimized or reduced to help the country, because at the moment the country is in a hardship and we need a lot of money to run many things in the country. So at the moment, the number of MPs that we have in the country, the ministers that we have in the country, if we can reduce it to save some money for the country to help. At the moment, the institutions that we have, the institution that we have in the, how do we call it, the ministries. Yes, if the number of ministries can be, because the ministers we are having now are more than the ministries that we are managing. So at least the number of ministries that we should have the same ministers, not more than that. That would be the best.
They have to cut down the number of ministers, like let's say half here or 1/3. Then they have to also reduce the amount of the extra share. Like that one to half. It's too much, because actually they are not the one doing the job too, but even the civil servants who are doing the job, they are even anonymous.